Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. Today is the 2nd of January 2019. We're going to reflect on John 1:19 to 28. Listen. This is the testimony given by John when the Jews sent priests and Levites from Jerusalem to ask him, "Who are you?" He confessed and did not deny it, but confessed, "I am not the Messiah." And they asked him, "What then? Are you Elijah?" He said, "I am not." "Are you the prophet?" He answered, "No." Then they said to him, "Who are you? Let us have an answer for those who sent us. What do you say about yourself?" And John said, "I am the voice of one crying out in the wilderness, 'Make straight the ways of the Lord,' as the prophet Isaiah said." Now they had been sent from the Pharisees. They asked him, "Why then are you baptizing if you are neither the Messiah, nor Elijah, nor the prophet?" John answered them, "I baptize with water. Among you stands one whom you do not know, the one who is coming after me. I am not worthy to untie the thong of his sandal." This took place in Bethany across the Jordan, where John was baptizing. The gospel of the Lord. I am very impressed with the humility of John. He is this very strange wilderness prophet who eats honey and locusts and wears clothing made of camel hair. He is baptizing people and garnering quite a following, which makes the Jews send a delegation of priests from Jerusalem to find out more about him. And they ask him who he is. Despite all the excitement he knows he is generating, he makes no attempt to see glory. He says he's not the Messiah. Although of priestly descent, remember his father Zechariah, he doesn't claim any lineage, and he even denies he is a prophet, even though he obviously is one. When pressed for an answer, he identifies himself only in terms of his service to God. "I am the voice of one crying out in the wilderness," he says, "make straight the way of the Lord." But then they have another question. If he isn't the Messiah, nor Elijah, nor the prophet, why is he baptizing people? Again, he deflects the question, pointing instead to Jesus who was to come. He says, "I baptize with water, but among you stands one who you do not know, the one who is coming after me. I'm not worthy to untie the thong of his sandal." It is utterly fascinating how humble this man is. But there is something else that stands out in this dialogue that's taking place. Not everyone who serves the Lord knows the Lord. These are priests and Levites who are asking the questions of John, people of God, but they don't seem to understand that God is doing something new in the desert. And they don't seem to understand what he is doing either. So they oppose him. And when Jesus announces himself as the one they were waiting for, they stand in opposition to him as well. Men who try to do the will of God today too, in a way that might be a little different from how people are accustomed, face the same suspicion and often censure. In today's passage, there is a lesson for those crying out for God today and for those who stand in place of the priests. The former would do well to be humble, the latter would do well to seek the will of God. Although when you think about it, all of us should do both. God bless you.